comma, gotta get it, get it.
Well, hello. I'm so glad that you joined us today because it's a big one. Welcome to Conestoga College. We're here watching some Call of Duty tonight. Academy Squad getting underway in just a little bit. First, I got to say hello to all of you and you. I'm Leaf, and you are Mute Chaos.
I am. It's good that you remember that.
I did. Sometimes I forget. Actually, I literally did forget the other day because I just call you Will all the time. So
most people do.
Genuinely forgot your tag at one point, but never again will I do that. As I mentioned, Call of Duty tonight, it's going to be super fast. It's going to be super cool. Our squad is going for a big game tonight.
Very
because,
big.
They've been on a roll this season so far.
They have.
Yeah.
Before, I guess technically the St. Clair game, before we actually got into semifinals, finals, all that, their regular season, they did not lose a single game.
Not a single game. I think they dropped the map.
They dropped a map. A single map is all that they dropped.
Yeah, that's pretty intense. Pretty cool with our squad going the whole distance and cruising on through again now that they've done such a wonderful job in their groups. Then they go into the bracket and they want to continue on that on, and they've done that. Again, it was just, they've said it a million times. We'll say it again because that's the story, is that they feel like they're in the wrong league.
Yeah, I think everyone is kind of like, you need to move up.
Yeah.
Aim higher.
Yeah, well, hopefully the higher-ups are going to see this because, again, as I mentioned, as they go into bracket, they've continued that trend. They have just continued to dominate because they did so well. They got a bye early on. You can see that in the top part there. They got the bye, took down University of Jamestown, and if I do recall, that was also quite the sign. I think that was a 3-0 as well.
That was a 3-0.
Yeah, and pretty handily.
Hoping for a 4-0 today.
Yeah, best of 7.
They have gone against this team before. However, Taylor was not playing. Perky was in for him because Taylor was sick.
Right.
So this will be the first time that Taylor sees them. They see Taylor, and we're gonna see how that
squad against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially going into something that you don't usually are used to.
Yeah. So that's actually good to know. So it was actually a couple maps, and I guess it was Blinn that took those maps off of them. And precisely because of what you just mentioned, we didn't have Taylor, the captain, right? The IGL, the guy that leads the charge. I mean, we always see Taylor. You see him right there on the front with the Canadian logo on there, the white shirt on the right side. He is leading the charge all the time. I mean, this is the guy doing the research. You see him getting down and dirty, getting the deets and discords, and he's studying the VODs of other squads, and he's always in there making sure his team has the best information going in. He likes to win, and that shows by their record so far.
Extremely. And it also goes to show just how well cemented together this team is, how well they communicate. Although Taylor did say that 2 of the 4 don't really talk so much. And there's Yuri. Hello.
What's up, Yuri?
But yeah, usually it's Taylor and one other that's yapping along. The other 2 kind of just nod their heads and go along with it.
I mean, to me, it feels, well, so what I heard the other day is that Shatter was talking, that especially during moments where Taylor was telling them specifically to calm down, let's pull it back, let's focus here. And Shatter said, no, we just got to rush at them. And then he did exactly that. And at one point we saw it during an S&D, I believe it was. He's like, I'm just going to hold W. And he was just on the other side of the map at one point and already killed 2 people before any of us could react to what he was doing.
Oh, yeah. And that really goes to show just how headstrong these boys are, how confident they are in their abilities and what they're calling out, that even if, you know, maybe the other team doesn't fully understand it or stick to it or wants to follow along, that they are confident enough to just go through even by themselves as a lone wolf, as Shatter did.
Yeah, I mean, again, the fact that they still beat Blinn with the sub, without their IGL, without that full force of what this squad is used to playing with, means they probably are in a good position to take down Blinn again. Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself and say this is going to be that perfect season for them. Obviously, it wasn't a perfect sweep season. They did drop those maps to Blinn before, but there is a possibility at least of that perfect season. I feel like if I say it, it's not going to happen, so I don't really want to get, as I said, get ahead of myself. But the data is there that realistically they are the favorites coming into this matchup, and they should be able to lock in this series.
I would hope that they could lock it in. I know they're really excited and really hoping that they do, but like always, they are very, you know, we don't want to set it in stone because there's always, you know, there's always oopsies. There's always stuff that can happen that will 180 what you thought was going to happen, which is one thing that I really admire these boys for, is understanding that, you know, things can happen. Things can change.
Yeah, and again, you can get ahead of yourself. I mean, complacency can kick in if you think you're supposed to win and then you take it too easy. I mean, I think it's a really good point what Taylor did say to Shatter at one point, is that while Shatter obviously knew they were going to win that, and I'm glad that he didn't listen, I think it is important today, specifically against this team that has brought you the distance, the furthest any other team has brought you, that you do listen a little bit more to your IGL, to your captain, to Taylor, to saying, okay, if he's saying wrap it in a little bit, let's wrap it in a little bit. If he says go, then go. But I do think today is, at least for map 1, 2, feel where it is. I mean, again, just because you crush a hard point, say you crush hard point, and it's if a best of 7, we're still starting on a hard point. But even if it is, you know, that first one and you crush it, it's like 250 to 100 to 150 even. That's not really an indication that those S&Ds are going to go your way. I mean, that's always a good place for a team to bring one back.
Mm-hmm. S&D is one of those 50-50s. You're either you got a team that's really good at them or a team that's just like, please be done with it and get us to the next one.
Yeah, I'm hoping today, though, it's good. I mean, I see them smiling still. Like, they're still having fun. They're a little more laid back, though. Maybe there is a little bit of thoughts of, like, you know, how could this end up going? Who knows here? But, yeah, no, they're laughing it up and having a good time. So I think it will be a good time for them. Shaco, the hand rub, too. I feel like he's one of the yeah. As a hockey player, I feel like generally he would, like, you think, okay, that's a yapper. That's one of the guys yapping in the game, right? But I feel like it's Wiz that's quiet.
Wiz is quiet, yes.
And I think, again, I would probably call it, I'd probably call it to be Shatter, to be quiet. But just from what I have talked to him a few times, he does feel like an out there kind of personality. So it's between Shaco and Shatter that I have as that second talker next to Taylor.
Shaco does talk, but not as much as I thought he would.
Right. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It's like inherently you think because he's the hockey player,
he's kind of reserved to a degree, which kind of, I guess, plays into the whole gamer side of him. But yeah,
he likes to lock it in focus, right?
He's an interesting one.
Yeah. There it is again. So it's the hardpoint S&D control. Hardpoint. I think they're getting underway in a few seconds here too. Hardpoint S&D. Okay, cool. Control and then finish off with an S&D. Yeah, so control HP S&D. Okay, I see how it is. Okay. That's cool. And now, you know what? Actually, we should just leave that up the whole time because I'm probably going to need that because there's a lot more maps than we're used to today. But
significantly.
Rematch up against Blinn. We're going to see if we can shut them down again. They brought us to Game 5 last time, something no other team's ever been able to do. But our captain's back. Taylor's in it. And we're hoping today, MUKS, that we can do what we did before.
I'm hoping that they can. This is actually kind of one of my first times I'm actually sitting here casting for these guys and understanding what's happening. It's Shatter off the bat, like the exchange. These boys are on point with their gunshots. They hit their shots. Very rarely do they whiff them, which is really nice to see. We see Shaco over there taking out one of the Blinn guys. Shatter, unfortunately, with the little exchange there for Blinn. But it happens. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Winning gunfights though is significantly important.
At this point, we've got point. We've had it locked in for quite some time now. 30 points on the board. A little bit went over to Blinn. They locked in 11 points, but It doesn't matter. We move to the next one. A little bit of a reset. This is a great position for the Condors. They'd have to watch out, though, if they can't get that roaming kill, but they do, so they don't have to watch out anymore. Wiz, make sure that backside is going to be clean. But there's the rest of the 3 players here from Blinn trying to make their way onto that second point, but we lock it in.
We do. I mean, look at Shatter and Shaco. Although Shaco kind of got his double kill on Shatter. It happens. Team kills are bound to happen in these games. Taylor getting taken out over in the pool. But we see kind of everyone's really stuck close together with their team.
Yeah.
Something that you don't 100% always see. Shatter's apparently on a killing spree.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, no, locking it in right now. They're working together, and I mean, again, I said don't get ahead of yourselves. This definitely still can turn around. It's still not over yet. You got 2 points, big whoop. What if they start making good rotations to the next? You got to watch out, and that's exactly what they should be doing now. But honestly, they are losing every single gunfight. It's Shaco today that's actually on the roll. Shaco is the one that's looking like he might be our today's Shatter.
Maybe, although Shatter is also playing pretty good as well. I think these two might be competing for a top spot. Condors win. With someone dying at the very end.
I don't think that it was supposed to be a win.
Apparently the host ended the game.
Yeah, no, that was definitely not 250 points.
No. I mean, if you had like an extra like number in there somewhere, you might.
Yeah, we just were dominating them so hard that they gave up. The server gave up. No, it very well could have been. I mean, it could have been an issue with something on the opponent's side that
might be.
They said we can't do that. Like this is not. And to be fair, as a gentleman's thing, as much as you want dubs, I think if I'm in a position like this, a grand finals, unless there's $1 million on the line, then I'm like, well, your tech issues are your tech issues. But in a thing like this, you want to show that no, you've won because you were the best. Winning off technical difficulty is not always the best. Who knows? That also could. It might not have been Blinn. It could also have just been Call of Duty. These servers. This game has some trouble. This client has some issues sometimes.
Well, BO6 just dropped ranked, so like the servers are going to be really overloaded, even outside of, BO6. The entirety of Call of Duty right now is just really experiencing probably a whole lot of bandwidth.
Well, Taylor's on his phone. I'm assuming he's chatting it up with the other squad to figure out what's going on here. But
most likely,
by what we saw, as long as it wasn't an issue on the side of the Blinn players, like say controller stuck, we've seen that before. As long as that's not the thing, and that truly was how the rounds are going to go, that was a good first look at how this series is going to end up.
Yeah.
I got to say, I can't complain about the way that had started.
We got a nice little a teasing bit of what we will see the rest of tonight.
Yeah, we were almost 100 points to like 11 there.
It was 75 to 11 or something like that.
Yeah, and they were about to drop next points, so they probably would have gotten maybe like up to 20, 25. But the Condors were ready there and there to attack. So while it wasn't, that is the thing, is that they didn't have the rotate. The Condors weren't ready and to hold that next point, so they would have lost some. So I said, don't get ahead of yourselves. You haven't won it just by capturing 2 full points, 2 full hard points. You still got a full other rotation likely to get through, and a couple S&Ds to look at throughout the rest of the maps as well. So you definitely don't get ahead of yourselves, but to reiterate, a good first look.
Very good. It goes to show just what this team might have to offer.
Not might. They
do,
shows what they have been offering
Yeah.
to other teams this entire season.
They're backing up their points.
I mean, if they walk away, here's the thing, and I don't want to curse it. Blinn has every possibility of taking an S&D in the next, but I think at worst case, if we're going strictly off what we saw there in the rest of the season, we're looking at a 4-1 potentially, maybe even a 4-0. But if that's the case, I really think at this point, whoever decides where teams are in the leagues really has to look at this academy squad and moving them up. Because first off, it's not fair to anybody that's involved. I mean, it's not fair to the other teams. Sure, it's good to play better teams, but you don't want those teams to be so far out of your realm that you're not learning anything.
Yeah.
So you want it to be, and I feel at this point, like if you're not even dropping maps, you're so far out of people's realms. And the second thing is not fair to this squad because they are not getting that challenge to further themselves more, right? Now, I understand it if there's I don't know if there's a thing they have with when it comes to their our varsity squad also being in this in this league. I know it's a different division in NACE, but they're both in NACE that they don't want them both to be in the same division.
Yeah.
But we've also just locked in Super Conference for our varsity squad.
That is true. Varsity is back in Super Conference. I don't know where these guys would go if they went up one, because I don't know fully how like the divisions and everything work. But if they were to go up, I would hope that they would kind of go up.
Okay, so apparently we recruited someone. Apparently we recruited someone onto our team. How did that happen? Can you switch teams in mid-match?
Probably
I don't even know
just
that,
you
that
join
happens.
in and just... Because I've done it where you can join on someone. They might have joined on one of us, and then instead of it putting in the other team, they went on our team.
Like a mid-match?
Maybe.
A mid-match. Okay, I didn't even know you could do that, but that's very interesting. Let's hope that I'm hoping that they at least still. I'd like them just to replay this, right?
Yeah, just redo
Honestly,
it.
just restart. I mean, I
just
don't.
say no more switching sides.
I don't know. As I said, personally, I would be not like looking at the rules for like how do we get a free win here or anything. I would just say let's just restart. I just want to play Call of Duty. That would be my call, but I'm not the player though, so it's really up to them. But if I'm winning this, I want to win this 4-0 by winning the maps.
Yeah, getting things handed to you is it's not fun.
Yeah, well, maybe it's fun for them. I don't know if that's what they're looking into. I guess.
Maybe I know Taylor has said that even forfeit wins don't feel.
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying, right? It doesn't. So I don't know. If I were them, I would just say, I'm not them. But if I were them, I would just say, all right, let's restart. Let's go. We were winning it. We were winning it drastically, anyways. And I'm getting word that we're restarting the thing. So we are doing exactly that. So that's what I want to see, anyways. If we're getting the 4-0, let's get the 4-0, guys. Let's get the 4-0.
Yeah, win it truly. Well in your abilities.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So hopefully, again, it goes the same way that it went last time.
Hopefully, I hope so. I like the other team's tags.
How do you even accidentally switch a team though?
I'm not. They're Call of Duty
Like a bug or
players.
something?
I'm not going to
Okay.
question it.
Okay.
Just going to leave it at Call of Duty players.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see if it goes the same way. I mean, we got a taste. We got confidence going. I mean, like they have to realize they were absolutely winning their gunfights. Now, obviously, they're going to get iced here, but I don't think that's going to be long enough. They were waiting up until this point, anyways. Just look at that as a warm up. Don't think of it as we're restarting. Think of it as like that was just a little bit of warm up. See where we're at. Cool. We're feeling good. Let's go do that again.
Yeah, and as we can see from our little quick bits, map 1, like we mentioned, is restarting. Apparently, Blinn reported a mini-map bug before they reached 100 points. I'm curious on what the mini-map bug was. What it was causing?
I don't know. It's Call of Duty. Everything's broken. Everything's broken.
It really is.
Yeah, no, everything's
Lovely game, but it's so bad.
Well, I mean, I was going to say they're moving on to BO6.
Yeah, they don't care about any other game now.
Yeah, the problem is that's going to be broken too.
Oh, we already know. Spectating is broken big time right now. It's giving you numbers that you can't even input at once.
Wait, it's not giving you what?
So, like, you know how when we spectate, it's usually 1 to 0?
Okay.
You'll get handed a number for a player that's like 41.
Oh, I did hear them. I was talking about that.
The kill feed is also incorrect.
I thought they were talking about this game it's happening in.
Oh, no. It was BO6, so can't wait for that.
Wow, that's cool. I don't get it. I don't get it at all here, but we don't have to deal with this one at least too much longer. As again, our squads are almost done. Varsity squad has done their matches here. They've moved on to BO6. After this, these guys will be moving on to BO6 as well. All they got to do, though, remember, this is the finals. They lock this in, they win it. And hopefully, again, higher-ups move them into a league that's going to give them a little more competition or a division. But we restart now. Pretend nothing happens. Delete the rest of the VOD. Here we go. It's time for the grand finals. You're up against Blinn, who has taken us down before, or bringing us close to being taken down before, but they could not finish it off. We'll see if they can keep it close still, or if the Condors, now with the captain in place, will take them down again. And again, the shooting right back on point here, Mute.
Oh, absolutely. That little kind of jump shot from Shaco there was pretty nice. Something I struggle to do. Jumping in this game, it's hard to
Press X.
see, but then like the whole process, sometimes these guys, if they have back paddles it's a whole process.
Well, same start as we saw last time. Blinn got onto the point, grabbed themselves points, 4 more than they did last time, but the Condors are not managing to get themselves in there at this point.
Not really. A little bit different of a start than we've seen last time, which is kind of interesting. Whether Blind maybe was like, okay, we understand kind of how they're playing, so just go for it, or not sure.
I don't know. I mean, good shooting here from Taylor. Locks it in, get out of there, though. Let your teammates wrap in there. They got to get a good position. Actually, if they win this gunfight, they're in a great spot. That's wonderful. All you had to do was that. I love that flank around there, too. Wiz was in a good spot to just make sure that that they're covering all their angles. He did lose his gunfight, but we're going to be racking up some points to bring it back to an even match. Get this double gunfight here. Yeah, no, you're good. You're locked in. Get the lead and get yourselves in a position to start wrapping around to that other point. You already see it. Look at this. A rotate already happening. They're leaving one person on point with 20 seconds left. They're already rotating for next.
Shaco, though, kind of got stuck in a little bit of a predicament there with the entire team being on him. He did manage to get 1 kill of it, which is what you want to see. Just like Wiz over here winning these gunfights. You want to hold your angles. You want to know where your opponent is before they know where you are.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, we've got to watch right here. OB is trying to follow up behind Shatter. Shatter in a bit of a gunfight away from the point. He's going to lose it. That should be huge for Blinn if they can get a second kill, but they get shut down immediately. Condors are swarming around. Constant movement right now. Constant gunfight wins. And again, the fact that they looked ahead to that next point so early was amazing because Blinn was also looking to get to that point way early. They had given up on second point.
Yeah, they really did. And it's just a whole little bloodbath here. Everyone's trying to get their whole team on, but the Condors kind of put one on and then kind of back everyone off. So, like, no matter what, you're going to have someone shooting a gun at you from one angle. Taylor taking out Icy.
Yeah.
Scrub taking out Wiz. These are some very interesting name, boys.
Shock. We have Shaco already moving down to next, but he gets taken out by Blinn as they secure their spot for next point. 4 seconds left on the previous. And they're doing a good job with their gunfights winning right now. They're losing one by one their players. The Condors have a good swarm here. 2-on-1. They should win the gunfight, but they go for trades. And brought up behind there, we end up losing Birdie. So the Condors now face-to-face with their opponents. Trying to get on point much closer than it was in that first practice round, I suppose we'll call it. So Condors, try to get that momentum in your hands here.
It's interesting. I mean, we see some of the players sit in the corners like normal. I mean, it's a typical thing that you'd see in COD all the time. And the communication is so evident here where, you know, you see one of the boys follow up with a kill. We've seen, I think, Shaco go in for, I don't know who it was that got taken out. Oh, they're in the corner. So much communication. Unfortunately, also from Blinn, as we see Scrub and 08 taking them out. Taylor taking out Scrub and Icy following it up with a little exchange there. It happens. Shatter, we see sliding around, sliding in. I know the omnidirectional movement was taking out Taylor and Shaco a little bit. Shatter's doing ring around the rosy. Gets the kill.
Breaking the 100 mark now. Condors still struggling to pull too far ahead. They're only 40 points up, but they do have that next point. Around the outside, they got to watch if we can get a gunfight win there from Taylor. They'll be in a good spot, but he loses it, and that's going to give an opening here for Blinn to shark their way around into the bar area, but a great hold from Shatter. He doesn't know the second one's there. He might get sideswiped. Yep, that's exactly what happens. The Condors struggling right now, maybe with communicating where the players are, how many players there are on that point specifically, as they do lose it again. There's a potential to hold it, but they're going to give it up, and the point creep is not too far ahead.
I mean, they're catching up. Whether they will fully catch up, it's 50-50. We see some of the boys trying to come in from different angles, trying to wiggle their way in, because they know a majority of the team will be on it until they start getting these kills. But we already see 2, maybe 3 of Blinn just circling around to that new hard point where the Condors are struggling to get on that last one, and now have to make that push a little bit further to try to capture this next one and hopefully continue to get some points.
Yeah, that lead is slowly creeping away from them as Blinn locking down the next hard point. Condors might be able to get in there now. Shatter switching just at the worst time possible, naded out. And Condors, yeah, they got to regroup. Something's got to happen here. There's a lack of flow, a lack of cohesion with the squad. They're walking in one by one and losing their lives, and that's not what you want. I think they're probably going to hold for next point now. Maybe if they can get a couple off of this, but I would say hold for next point. Yeah, that's the right call.
Most likely, especially with all these players laying down, holding these angles. It's so hard. You know you're not really getting on the point as is. So we might send some new ones to the next point. Obviously, these guys know where these points are going to be anyways, even before it tells us. So,
and you see it too. Shatter walking his way back there to make sure that they get the good spawn. That's all they wanted to do is force spawn on the right side of the map. That gives them that point locked in. The things they're going to have to do now, though, is win their gunfights. That's a great hold and very important kill there. Otherwise, again, that opens up that lane, pulls away a defender from sight and over by the other pool side there. So getting those kills on bar puts you in a good spot to continue holding this.
It really does. And we see what's happening here for the Condors. We got 3 staying on point. That way, we always have at least someone. If someone gets taken out, you have someone to quickly follow it up. And we have 2 players also kind of wiggling away around to try to intercept these blind players from getting in. Lots of good fights, though. I mean, Wiz, playing good.
Shaco already on the rotate down. Let's see if he wins the gunfight this time. He lost it before. He'll hold that angle just at the bottom of the planters, and he's going to get the first kill. That's a great start, but there's still 2 more on that point. And Shaco gets the second one. That's wonderful. Now the rest of the squad can start to convene. They got to watch their backsides, though, around the bar area. This is good. 2v1. They're on point. Shaco finally losing his life, but Blinn was pushed off point. Huge credit to Shaco on that rotate and those kills because it bought a lot of space for the Condors to lock this one in.
It really did. And getting these, contested points by Blinn, it's okay. It happens. Is winning these gunfights that is kind of a little bit of a struggle for us right now. Whether it's just figuring out how these players play or understanding how they work. As we see, majority of their team is on point right now.
Oh, no.
And we got to pick them off. And Taylor, in the process of doing it, I don't know who's running up here. Shatter.
Not the best shooting there. The pick is, there could have been 3 potential kills there, but scatters the first one, gets the second, and misses on the third here, but it doesn't matter. The Condors do manage to hold them off, but the next point might not be theirs as they're not quite in position to lock this in unless they can get an incredible gunfight here. Shaco is going to do exactly what I asked for. Nice double kill. Opens them up for the point, but still not in a we've got this one locked in kind of position.
But Wiz, nice little double kill there. Whether we've seen it or not, oh well, we see it in the kill feed. Congrats. Shatter also taking out 08. Shatter getting taken out by Mikael. Taylor, so much cleanup crew. Hey, this person's pretty low. Take him out. Taylor with a nice double kill over here in bar. Shatter sliding in. Taylor losing this fight and Wiz. Shatter very quick to come back.
Lost the point entirely now. 20 seconds left. They'll look to maybe at least capture a couple kills, and if they can't right now, they'll move on. And yep, they're moving on. They couldn't get that kill. Flank not going to happen, but that spawn might work out for them, actually. Yeah, that was beautiful. Right on to point. That was the right call to go in, and maybe you get a kill, maybe you die, but hot dang, you get a good position out of it afterwards. Shaco on fire right now. Shatter on the other side doing some damage too, and they've got this one locked in. Over the 200-point mark now. Still very close, and we can see why Blinn was the team to bring us to a Game 5 before.
Yeah, I mean, these boys know how to maneuver themselves in, where to hold, where to shoot, how to push us back and give us a little bit of pressure. Taylor, nice little kill, little exchange there. Shaco following it up to get an extra. On us, it's currently 179 to 226, and the score just keeps rising.
Yeah.
Shatter, nice little kill there. Will he get a double? Yes, he will.
Yeah, 20 points left for the Condors, and they're starting to creep away now, especially with the double teaming on the point. As long as they get the next one here, they're in a good spot, honestly. And here, if they can uncontest it, I think it's going to be contested too long, though, for them to do that. So they will be looking at that next point. Yeah, they got to focus on the rotate already there. They were thinking about it. You want to maybe see if you can capture it, get it done there. But that is risky. Why not just secure it in? And that's going to be at 5 points for them. That kill is the crucial one. Ooh, you might get a contest. Nope, not in time.
Wiz did really well holding them off from getting in to contest it. So, honestly, huge shout out to him for doing that.
Hey, they had to think about that one, though. Again, Blinn showcasing what I just said before, showcasing why they were the squad. Sure, we didn't have Taylor before, but there's still something to be said about bringing the Condors and how well they've been playing to a map 5. And honestly, that's one of the better hardpoint scorelines I've seen from our opponents so far at 250 to 181. You weren't too far off. I mean, that was a decent fight. I would, if I'm the Condors, I am a little bit worried about the S&D coming up, right? I am a little bit worried that that could be a map loss. That's why I said before, potentially a 4-1. Even if the Condors are on, Blinn's on as well.
Yeah, I mean, S&D is one of those things where it can go either way. You can't really go into it saying, like, oh, yeah, this team is going to win. Because especially being a new respawn game mode.
Yeah, you got one life.
Yeah.
One mistake, and it's donezo for that round. You give up a round, right? Do that a couple times in a row, and all of a sudden you've given up that map.
Seriously, it's S&D. It's one reason S&D is not my favorite. It's just, it's too slow and precise. You have to know where you're going. You have to run with your team. You have to communicate really effectively, because as soon as one little thing falls out of place, it just snowballs.
I don't know if we'll have time before the next map here, but I was hoping if we can get a glance at the map picks again, because there's a lot more maps to look at and remember what's going on here. So coming into S&D, then we go to Control. I think back to maybe another hardpoint, S&D, and another Control to end things off here.
I think so, yeah.
There's a lot. Yeah, it's a little bit different than what we've been used to with the 5 maps as previously. So finish off a win with hardpoint on 6-star, moving into a double invasion for our S&D Control. This is all normal. This is all what we expect. Then into a hardpoint and an S&D again. Generally, we don't go that far. Again, Blinn has brought us to 5th map. Generally, we're done after the 3rd and done after Control. On to Rio, a map that they've said that they particularly weren't as versed with, but we've also seen them win on Rio. So maybe, again, if our opponents do get a win on either that S&D and Control, we might end up on that Rio and maybe lose another one there. Then we had to high rise twice and then back to Rio. The high rise is an interesting one. We saw the varsity squad get, well, to put it nicely, absolutely destroyed on high rise. Those spot, and there's an opportunity this squad does that same thing on high rise. I mean, especially with Control, it's so easy to just spawn trap your opponents. Those spawns don't rotate around. It's not like a hard point. I mean, you're locked in where you're locked in, and yeah, it's definitely possible to get in a position where you just can't get out of it. So it'll be interesting to see it there. But Invasion, I love this map. I think the squad may have actually said they're not as much a fan of. No, it's Karachi. Yeah. They hate Karachi. They ban Karachi all the time. Yeah, I don't mind. I mean, the varsity squad loves it too.
Yeah, this is where the difference between ACAD and varsity goes.
Yeah, they've said, Taylor told me, I don't like how many different routes there are for people to sneak through. So
yeah.
they pick the maps where it's easier to control those lanes. They like the nice single or like a double or triple lanes. You don't want 8 lanes that people can be coming up on you on.
Yeah, then it's too many points to hold, too many call-outs to remember and then say it, and especially if call-outs are very similar, it becomes a big mess.
And that's fine. Play to your strengths. I mean, that's part of it. That's why there's a map ban pick, right? Like, that's why we do this, is because some people are better on other ones. At the top level, obviously, you got to get well-versed with everything. But here, play your strengths, and that's exactly what they do, and that's why we don't see Karachi in any single spot here. But Invasion, again, one of my favorites. I love it. I love the simplicity of it. You got three real corridors that you're watching. You got A long, B long, and then mid, and there's enough interior space to have a little bit of that chaos. You know, over by bomb site for S&D, I believe it's A long. Sorry. There's a little bit of spots you could get sneaky deaky like, but I do love the balance of this map, and obviously these squads do too if that's where they've ended up.
Hopefully. The one pick is still wild that high rise was picked.
High rise, yeah. Well, I mean, I enjoy playing on high rise, but generally when it's free for all, I really do like free for all high rise. Yeah, maybe not in. S&D is a tricky one. I'm not a super fan of S&D high rise, just because same kind of situation. There's a lot of corridors that you could get called out from.
Yeah, or even just like get like blindsided from.
It's the verticality to the map too. You've got the underside, right? I mean, if you got someone in a sneaky spot, someone up by helicopter watching, someone around, there's also the chance that you get called out. You also have, behind over by crane, you got options that people can get around certain obstacles and catch you off guard. We've seen people taking the ledge over on, I forget which side spawn it is, to get on the inside of the buildings and come up behind. So there are a lot of lanes to be sneaky and catch people off guard. So yeah, in team-based stuff like this, it's definitely can be problematic. But free-for-all, I'm watching every angle anyway, so that's why I enjoy it.
That too. Free-for-all is good for the most part. I've actually taken it out of my rotation for BO6.
Really?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've taken out. Every so often, S&D will get me mad enough that it gets taken out.
Oh, that's fair. S&D is such a drastically different map, or play style.
It really is, and the only time I'll actually play it is if I'm like, okay, I need to work on playing slow and playing properly. That's when I'll pull up S&D, and then I'll get frustrated and be like, okay, gone.
Yeah, it's something to kind of reset them. It's like in Rocket League playing ones, right? You go from playing team games and then down to ones, and it teaches you really to slow down a lot, and also to look at your own mistakes because you don't have teammates you can blame. So your mental definitely has to take a step back in those situations. I feel like S&D is kind of that similar situation. It's just a quick mental reset. It still is frustrating, but it's a quick mental reset.
It is, and it's definitely one that's for the most part pretty welcomed. I mean, I probably enjoyed it a little bit more, obviously, if I was better at it. But
everything is more enjoyable when you're better at it. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just one of those spots where you're like, okay, this is what I need to work on type deal.
Yeah. Well, speaking of working on, he's getting right in there right now.
He is.
He is letting the team know what's up. And I think it kind of an indication of the pressure that they did feel in that. I mean, that was not a pure stop. They laughed, they had fun at the end of it. But I think they recognize that Blinn has those capabilities, especially, as we've mentioned, in an S&D to shut them down. The shooting was a lot more on point come that actual map one. First map one domination for us, but it definitely wasn't as decisive as that warm-up or practice round ended up looking like. So into S&D, they've got to be on point. They've got to have that game plan. And I think that's what Taylor's saying is, here's what we're doing. Here's what we know we do well. Let's stick to this. Watch them if they do this. Maybe he's got some information of here's some tendencies. Keep an eye on that. But definitely just some reminders before getting into our next map for the squad and what they should remember. Don't just think about shooting. Remember, we got to think about our positioning as well.
Yeah, and just, each round, where are we going to go? What are we going to do? I know Taylor did tell me some stuff about what he knows about the other team when it comes to S&D and that type of stuff. So it'll be interesting to see how he communicates that to the team, how the team then takes that in and then plays with that information. Mm-hmm. And it'll also be interesting to see how Blinn responds to them if they recognize that we know how they play.
Well, we're going to find out if Blinn, why you keep saying Blinn and then I keep saying Blinn? Is it not Blinn? What?
I don't know.
There's no E on the end. You're throwing me off. I don't know how you're getting Blinn out of this.
I don't know. I'm dyslexic. That's why.
But I'm only mad because you made me say it. But Blinn, we're going to find out now. Blinn is actually going to be able to around here off us. I mean, again, they've showed that they've got those capabilities. And they have a very, very aggressive strategy right now. Wow. Right on to B site. There was just no bars held on this one. As they hang out by bars, it's going to be a little bit difficult for the Condors. Yeah, they're watching the rotate. You do see Wiz making sure no one is trying to be sneaky, but they're not trying to be sneaky. They're going for this B push. And interestingly enough, they're just locking it in. I mean, they're just hanging out there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because from what Taylor told me, yeah, the only reason that they really go for B is if they see someone go over that way. So it's interesting that Taylor was over there, unless he was trying to call them out and get some shots on. I'm not sure
maybe
what
he
happened.
might have. Well, yeah, usually use mid to kind of try to scout out what they're doing. That's
Yeah.
why we often see an early death right at the beginning. There's always that gunfight that happens by a tank towards that. Towards the attacking side spawn.
Yeah.
They want to see which way they're going. They're trying to get that information. And the problem with that is you might lose a player. Yeah, see, that's what they're doing. They're trying to just keep the people off so they don't know where it's going. And maybe we didn't have the information. So Taylor thought, hey, I need to take a look at B. I'll call people over if they're there. They were there. A little too late, though. He lost his life. Come on, you got to win that gunfight. That's huge. That's huge because that opens up that B corridor now. B lane is right open for the picking here. And I like that push from Taylor, too. That does keep Blinn distracted at A site. And they've now lost 2 players as a result.
They have. I mean, it's a 2v3 right now. The Blinn players, they don't really know where exactly to look. And Shaco does. Took him out.
Yeah. No,
One left.
good hold on, Allie.
A little
And
panicky.
honestly, they should win. There's no way that this last player is catching them off guard. Yeah, that's a win. Attack taking the dub, which is interesting. Both sides now, the attack taking the dub. Oftentimes we'll see defense win. This is a harder map, especially B site. I find oftentimes to be on the attacking side. Now both have been B plants.
Yeah, from what I was told about Blinn and how they play is usually they go for A unless they see one person cross over to B. And then what they'll do is they'll 4-stack on B and then just hold it down.
And that's what they did.
And we have a draw. We have some issues happening.
Yeah, as per usual. Call of Duty.
When does it not happen?
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I do find it interesting, though, that, again, both were attack wins on B site, which is something I don't often end up seeing there. So
Yeah, usually it's defense that it goes in favor for.
yeah, and I mean A site's also very difficult. I guess B site for plant is pretty easy. It's just getting in there without losing anybody is hard. And the Condors got in there without losing anybody, and so did Blinn in that previous round in round 1. But yeah, A site can be difficult too for the plant specifically because you have so many different corridors that people are coming from. You got the buildings beside you. Anyone can jump out at any point.
Yep.
You've got that A long, someone can sneak up on. And you've also got courtyard that can just, if they've got any util left, can just chuck that over there and catch you off guard if they know you're planting.
Yeah, it's maps like these are iffy. You either love them or you hate them, or you're good at them or you're not.
Well, you can love them without hating them. Or wait, sorry, you can love them without being good at them.
Yeah, but like then you're just constantly losing. In this situation, you kind of got to be good at the maps. Because if not, usually we see a typical loss on them.
I also love that Yuri ducked the first time past the camera that wasn't even on. And now when it is on, he's like, oh, why did he try that one time? Maybe he was picking something up while walking. Maybe that's what happened.
Try to make it a spoof.
I find that funny.
Although it was also funny because I seen Shaco just deadpan staring off into the distance, and I'm curious on what he was standing at.
He's just gone, and he's just out of there. I guess settings were wrong on this one. Okay, cool. I like to see it. Another reset, but I mean, no problem, really. It was 1-1. It was tied up. It's not like a team was like, it was like 4-0 before anyone realized. I honestly don't even like blame people. It's like there's like 40,000 settings.
Yeah. However, if it happens for a third time, I will absolutely blame them and think that this is a strat, and then I'm just gonna be annoyed with them.
Yeah. If I mean, well, hey, here's the thing. What's it called? Occam's razor, I think.
I don't know.
Never attribute to malice that can be attributed to stupidity.
Well, in this, you're in a competition right now. You're in a final game. You should be getting your settings right. And if you do it 3 times in 3 different games,
yeah, I mean,
that's a personal skill
understand
issue.
that. Hey, well, anyways, we got it going on again here, and we are heading back in with a reset score count. It's 0-0, and the Condors, maybe we can shut out. We know what they want to do now, and that's precisely what we do. We stack up that B site, and Blinn immediately says, this might not be good for us. Let's duck and dive. What are we doing?
Now they're panicking, stuck in this little corner. And like, if you try to poke your head out, you're gonna get shot. We got grenades being thrown in. Taylor also in the beginning, you seen him do a little bit of what we call a Hail Mary grenade throw, hoping to get someone
Just
out.
yeet.
But oh yeah, you do it like halfway across the map. You hope you get at least one. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but this one, but Blinn.
Yeah, you got to stop there.
I know.
At least you caught yourself there on that one. But still, somehow, 3 players still alive for Blinn. They're making their way maybe for an A. They're sussing it out right now. Again, their positioning to me indicated they got caught off guard, and they're not really sure what to do. And the fact that it's taken them 30 seconds to finally get someone over to A site and try to figure it out shows to me that, yeah, they're not really confident in this push. But they are going to pick A. Unfortunate for them. The Condors are ready for that A site hold. We do drop one player, and they try to go for it. Body blocking.
Ooh, Shatter dropping both of them.
Yeah, not going to work, and that bomb is going to be dropped. As long as the Condors don't lose that last player, they win. Yeah, run. Get out of there. Run, Shaco, run. Go! Go!
Evacuate!
Yeah, that got scary, actually, for a moment there. Yeah, Shatter's laughing about it, too. That got scary. You lose your life there. That's a problem.
That is a constant pressing that sprint button, hoping
Yeah.
that just don't stop.
And again, a player not using their head might have tried to say, well, I can win if I win the gunfight.
I'll just 1v1 it.
When the reality is there's a safer route. Let the timer just count down.
Seriously.
Bomb dropped. You know where it is. You can just go watch it.
Shatter's already located one of them. Got a couple taps on him, so
Yeah.
we know one player
Yeah.
might be heading out very soon.
Well, that's their hold. That's what I was talking about before. That's the line of sight. And try to see where the defender's going, where the attacker's going. If you get an early pick, you get an early pick. But I don't know if they got exactly the information they were looking for. They do know someone's crossed over to that B site. But it looks like they don't think enough did. So they're going to take that full push right on to B. And now I think the rest of Blinn are starting to converge over there. Yeah, they know where the Condors are, and they're going to make their way on over.
Let me see. Wiz was the first on, and you see him kind of moving around, trying to see where everyone on Blinn is. We are down to a 1v3.
Yeah, but they know where he is, too. There's no way he's getting this. He's got 2 sides to watch from. He might even be able to clean up one of the kills. He's got someone pushing him right away, though. The reload is not going to be well, and Blinn will take that second round. And again, that's why this is a little more what I expected. You're getting your wins on the defensive half, rather than the attacks that we saw before.
Yeah, the attacks were definitely, that was a weird one that we've seen going into it. So it's nice to see us actually experiencing some normality.
Maybe that was the settings that they messed up, is they gave
Maybe.
they gave super speed and extra health to the attackers.
Maybe.
I don't think you can do that.
I don't think so. Honestly, it's Call of Duty.
That'd be impressive.
I would not be shocked if that was not an option.
That'd be cool. But we have a 1-1 right now, and the Condors are in a good position. I like this widespread they're going
Wiz
for.
with a double.
Yeah.
One headshot, too.
Uh-oh. He's not going to last for much longer, though. But they got a good lead. They've got that player advantage. 2-player advantage, really, with only 08 left.
Yeah, and 08 kind of slightly gave his position away. 08 has found the bomb, so he can, if he, for some reason, is trying to go for A, all he has to do is wrap around a B. But knowing where these opponents are, his-wise, it's a tricky situation on knowing where to go. Especially since we see all 3 of the Condors holding these lanes down.
Yeah, bomb will make its way to A, but they're not going to last long because Shatter's going to walk up on them if they see that thing get planted.
I think it's going to be Shake. Oh, no. I think Shaco's going to get the kill. I'm calling it. Shaco's going to get the kill.
Well, we'll see. There's not enough time to rotate to B. Well, actually, there actually might be if they book it straight there, which actually does look like they're going for. Yeah, no, they are. They're going through the alley. They're making their way over to B site. We do have sights on them, though. Yeah, I thought for a moment we were going to lose that support. It looked like, they're about to go. And maybe that's what they were just saying there. It sounded like, okay. And Taylor kind of did a hand wave like I told you so. Because he was there. I mean, he got pulled off for a second there, but made his way back saying, I have a sneaking suspicion. And I think that's what that conversation was.
Most likely. Like, don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
It happens.
Well, second round to the Condors. And again, on the defensive half. Now we take attack. We got information. One across, a couple pokes. Ooh, another one there. So we know one's crossed. That means B site might be a better option for us.
Might be, but Shatter is really trying to get one of these kills down these lanes, but just doesn't get it. Does kind of pull some health out of some of them. Wiz trying to win this fight and get out of it alive. Will he? We'll see.
Ooh, this is good, though, because Condors gave a lot of, I guess, indication that they're going to be maybe B-heavy, and they're pulling a player back. Mikkel is actually sitting to watch that long a little bit better there. And although they are going to have sight here for the Condors if they try to move front side of A, but they're going to go on the inside through the building, and I got to watch out player on site. Yeah, that's hard, but we got to wrap around Wiz. Can you get the kill? Yes, you can.
And then Wiz also got taken out, unfortunately. So there was a bit of exchange there. It is a 2v3, with Shaco being the only member remaining now. The bomb was planted.
Yeah. No, no, I don't know if the bomb. It was interesting.
It seemed like
that was not a bomb plant.
Nope.
No, because they there was a standing plant. Generally, you want to lay down, block your body a little bit, but they decided to go for the plant standing up, and I think that's how they got picked off over through A long.
Most likely, it happens. Sometimes you're like, I'm fine, I can stand and plant this, and then just speed off. But yeah, usually you're laying on the ground, and then getting the bomb in your face, you're suddenly like, I don't know where I am. But we'll see. Will defense?
Yeah, defenders win again. 2-2. We've mentioned before, it's always going to be close. It's always going to be a back and forth, especially if teams aren't too far off in terms of skill level. You're going to see these S&Ds potentially be those maps that get taken away. And with Condors down a player here, might be hard. Thankfully, it's evened out. You see the feet, but you can't get close enough to the shots. And they're going to plant over at A.
However, Shaco and looks like Shatter kind of separated a little bit, trying to pick off some of the strays, but Shatter is on point trying to find these players. A little lost in the smoke.
He's got to watch out, though. There's a player up behind him there that he doesn't know it rotated over there. But he's going to sneak up on one, get the second, not quite. That player's going to get a drop shot on him, and we're going to lose that round as well. And Condors now trailing. They had been taking the step into the lead previously, but now Attack gets their first win outside the practice round. And the Condors are going to want to get an answer on. And this is what I say. Generally, you want to be leading with defense as your last. So going in on Attack, they'll want to get this one back.
Hopefully, especially, yeah, you want to keep the scores as even as you can, not let them get away.
They're going Honey Badger right now.
Everyone, push forward, head down as fast as you can. Shatter is stunned. Yeah,
a bit of intel there, though, for the opponent's plants out front. Yeah, that's going to be good for potentially a hold. Yeah. I mean, again, where you put it, they got to defuse it. Condor is confident that they'll be able to defend that plant. They're defending so far, and they're at an advantage as well. They've got that 2 players up.
Everyone's holding their spot pretty well. You see some gunshots. Obviously, it is a 4v2. So whether Blinn can turn this around, I don't know.
Well, they know one's in building. They know one's at backside. Nice damage there. That'll keep them out of the fight for a while. And honestly, long enough that they're not going to be able to take this one back. Condors definitely win this. There's no defusing coming. They're just going for that final kill. Just rub the salt in the wound, and another Attack win. It's the Condors this time with a Hail Mary. You said it before, but that was the Hail Mary of plays. Just full send. Let's just get her in there. And there was no defenders, too. I mean, that was the wrong time for Blinn to not have a B set up.
That is very true. It would be interesting. I wonder if Taylor called that. I know he's called plays like that before. But it's, yeah, that was a good call. Whoever called that.
Blinn doing their best to get a map win off the Condors, a team that shut them down before. Granted, with the sub, now with the full squad, they'd love to be able to show some damage. A sneaky strat right now. Yeah, this is an interesting strat because what it does is it gives zero information to your opponents of where you're going. You can't get that sight over top. It is very intriguing. But that does get them to B site without the Condors knowing that anyone's there. They'll know very soon. But yeah, it might be too
Taylor's
late.
found them all. And thankfully the Condors were spread out, so we only got one in that whole process. But now the other 3 have to really push forward and actually win these gunfights to then get on to where the bomb is to defuse. And it is a 1v.
Yeah, not going to happen here. We're losing that one. We lost our players too much around mid. The gunfight's not going in our favor, and the attack for Blinn going on off quite an intriguing strat. And did he? I'm not going to lie. I think it bounced over, but that grenade totally looked like it went through the hole in the barricade.
I feel like it did. It looked a little strange with how that went.
I want an instant replay on that because I swear to all goodness that went through the hole in the barricade.
Yeah, that is true. We do also have to get the scoreboard. There they are.
Well, they're not going to be right anyways.
Yeah, but it was just weird seeing the void there.
Oh, I like the void. More
The caster
more
void
FOV.
was leeching into the game a little bit.
More
Had to drop
FOV.
back in.
But we go into our next, again, this is a big one. Grand Finals. Blinn, the only opponent to really test our mettle, is doing it once again. They lead SND, our second map. We took the first one, 250 to about, I believe it was 178 or so. Somewhere around there, but either way, not an easy win by far. And this is not going to be an easy win if we can turn it around. Shaco taken out by Mikkel. That's putting the Condors down a player. It'll be 4-3. It'll be a little bit easier now for our opponents to get in there and make that defuse. But thankfully, we do have the bomb down and
Shatter
locked in.
Evening up the team numbers.
Ooh, watch that flank there. Scrub is making his way over there. And is he going to get the kill? He does. Taking Wiz out. That leaves 2 players left on site. They're starting to make their move. They got to get in there. Get the kill. Thank you very much. The second one not going in. Taylor, last alive, just has to watch bomb. Don't get killed here. And just enough time to let it go off. The Condors bring it back.
Very close one there. That was a little. They got it. Shaco discussing something.
Shaco taking charge now. I mean, it's good. If teams are talking, it means they're sharing information, and information is key to success. And Taylor agrees. Yep. Good words.
I hope so. Shaco looked a little headstrong with that.
I mean, it could just be
nervous.
it could be that they were disagreeing on what to get for dinner afterwards.
Maybe.
And they finally landed on it. Taylor saying, "Yeah, okay, I can agree with that." They got to get the dub first, though. No eating until you're out of this series. The best of 7 has the potential to go a long way. But they at least bring it back, holding Blinn off. We've got 1 map win, looking for a second. Blinn looking for their first.
We do see Blinn going for an A push, but they've already got 1 player down.
Yeah, you kind of have to at this point. I mean, you do have that B-long hold right now, but that could be interesting. Actually, we're about to see potentially a meet-up over in the corner, and we take it. Shaco. That puts Condors in a good spot.
1v3.
Yeah. And bomb down as well.
Was just picked up, though.
Yeah.
8.
They got to put, I mean, they can't do anything but plant A. You're not getting into B solo. As I said, that could be harder to get in there. You got to get that plant on A, but the second you start planting, they're jumping on you.
Oh, 100%. As if even before. Yeah, Taylor's pushing forward. He wants that. And he gets it.
Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. Round win.
Absolutely. Shatter's happy.
He's been happy. Honestly, he's been happy the whole time.
Shatter's the happiest person I've ever met.
Yeah, his attitude has not dropped for a single moment this entire time. A lot of his seriousness from Taylor and Shaco, but not from the other 2 though.
No, not really. But it's I feel like if the moment Shatter becomes very serious and not so happy-go-lucky, we need to panic.
Yeah. Now, I am intrigued about how things are going to go here. Okay, so it is. So we did count those rounds, I guess, before.
Yes.
because you're supposed to get 6 rounds, and that was
Yeah, it would have been if we add the 1-to-1, it would be 5v6. So that's what we, I guess, finished at.
I guess they decided just to take those and bring it into, I guess, first to 5 here. So the Condors, unbeknownst to us, get another map win. And that's 2-0 now.
Yep.
Now, usually in the league, that would be match point. Not today. Today's the best of 7. So they got 2 more they got to take. We're moving on to Control. It's still here on Invasion.
Unfortunately.
What?
I mean, actually, honestly, I don't mind Invasion. I like it better than Karachi.
So do they. That's why we're not playing on Karachi. So the hopes is another one here. Match point 4-0. Really show the league what we're in for here. And the Blinn, actually, you didn't stand a chance. I got to give it to them, though. Blinn is fighting. Blinn's
They're working hard.
keeping it close. I mean, these have not been dominating wins. I mean, the hard point was a little bit more of like, yeah, we've got it locked in, because we've seen series go to like 249, 250 before. Those are really tight series. So 170, 180 is like, still a little bit behind, but overall looking good. Potential for 4-0.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully.
Cool.
I want a 4-0.
Cool. All right. Well, we'll see if we can find that. We're going to take a quick break here as the players stretch their legs. We're going to stretch ours out as well. We've got 2 map wins, 2 more to go, lest our opponents go 4 more maps in a row. So please stay tuned. We'll see if the Condors Academy squad can win the grand finals after the break.
Condors Esports is innovating intercollegiate gaming in Ontario and beyond. We've built a community where you can compete, play, and work in a dynamic program accessible from all campuses.
Condors Esports is more than just gaming. Here, you'll find empowerment and inspiration in state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest technologies and unwavering support.
We are varsity athletes, turning victories into championships as high-performing gamers.
We are relentless, constantly pushing our limits and pursuing excellence through every match.
We are Condors. Gaming connects us on campus or online, all through best-in-class equipment.
We're building a foundation of experience, powered by our passion, and developing skills that drive personal and professional success.
We are eager students, transforming our dreams into careers in dynamic and emerging industries.
Condors Esports goes beyond gaming, fostering enduring friendships, unforgettable experiences, and meaningful connections.
This is your chance to transform your passion for video games, esports, and technology into something impactful. Learn how Conestoga is introducing Condors Esports to your campus and connect with fellow Condors striving to soar.
We are Condors.
Esports is for everybody. That's what makes this so special, where there's not a lot of barrier to entry. It's, do you have a passion for gaming? That's all it really takes. There's so many different things involved in this. It really does take that full team to make a successful event run. And that's what this program does. You got the lighting going on, you got the video capture going on, you got the whole production crew that are packaging this all together, you have the shoutcasting that's happening. We want to be, that pinnacle for esports. We want students to come here, learn from industry best, and launch their careers in esports. You have that new arena that's being built. To have that investment through the college, it proves a lot. We're invested in this. This can lead to something really big and something really neat and something that you're really invested in. It's a $1 billion industry, and we really can't wait to see where this goes.
And we're back. They're not yet. They're, as you can see, they're still gone. But they don't have a lot of time, as per these rules, because they got to get their butts back in the seat to continue playing and hopefully win. They're in a good spot. Oh, now they're back. They're in a good spot. If you guys are just tuning in, it's an odd time to tune in. We started a while ago. What are you guys doing here? But I'm Leif. This is Mute Chaos. We're watching our Academy squad hang out and kick some butt. A little bit of contention going on, but after talking to the squad, honestly, just a moment ago, caught them in the hallway. They said that they're relatively confident when it comes to this series. Like, a lot of the strats they're seeing are kind of cheese strats, and it's catching off guard 1 or 2 times. Yeah. But they have answers for it.
That's good. It's always good to have an answer.
You know what? The one specifically, I don't know if you were, because I saw you pass by too. I don't know if you heard, but they were saying they didn't realize that the opponents did the army crawl thing. I told them that. Oh. Yeah. And, so that was funny. And then the, what was it? The the whole plant thing. There was a reason that they planted on outside. Oh. I won't talk about it yet. We'll talk about it a bit later here. Well, I guess they won't be doing it again here. It won't matter. But yeah, it is interesting that they're reading a lot of these plays, but catch them off guard and having answers for it. But on to control, back to invasion, up against Blinn to see if Blinn can win. Will this be their kind of game mode?
Wiz has 3 kills right now.
Not enough.
More.
Yeah, 4.
Ace it.
There's 4. There's 5. No, okay.
Almost. Oh, this is control. I, for some reason, was like S&D.
Nope.
I was like, why are they respawning?
You get to respawn. Only a certain amount of time, though. Your whole team only has 30 lives. And, again, the attackers can win by grabbing those points, which Blinn is doing right now. If they can cap that point, they get an extra minute on the board. That extra minute just got added, so they have 2 minutes now to cap the last point. They can win by capping, or they can win by killing.
Yeah, and right now, the team live remaining is pretty even.
Yeah.
Usually, one of us is returning the loss of a player, as we see right there with 08.
A lot of trades, yep.
It's what you're meant to do in COD. You have to get those exchanges. And Wiz is trying.
Yeah,
and failing.
Yeah, very interesting. He had the trigger discipline on that one to wait a little bit, but player just got behind cover and couldn't finish off that kill. The opponents haven't made their way over to A until this moment. They're only now being able to make that cross. The Condors do have to somehow now get across there as well. So now that they have given up that point, it's not going to be easy for them to get in, especially losing players like that. Finally across there, Shatter gets behind a barrier, but can't get himself in. Yeah, not looking good. This might actually end up being a round loss for the Condors as Blinn takes a win on attack. All right, what's the strats here, Taylor? Tell them what's up.
I'm curious to see how they're going to go into the next round for this because, yeah, they really got kind of bullied a little bit.
Yeah, well, the problem was they gave up B way too early on. They had those players watching A. I feel like A, I didn't see, and so I'm not going to say anything because I actually didn't see what their setup was over on A too much. That I don't know if they committed too much to that hold, but I definitely feel like they need to watch that B site, and that's exactly what Blinn needs to do too, because the Condors are immediately on there. Good double kill there for Wiz. He gets his life traded, but it does get the Condors onto the point. And now they're going to do exactly what our opponents just did a moment before here. 2 ticks already on the board, but a large kill streak for our opponents. Shatter has got to be shaking in his boots now. He knows that those opponents are going to be swarming soon.
And there he is, taken out by Scrub. Doing some scrubbing of the Condors, unfortunately. Taylor, very quick to turn around, get a little exchange layer, and Wiz. A little bit of a iffy one there. Wiz taken out from the side, though.
But they're utilizing this opportunity to get over there. A couple pot shots being taken on Taylor. He'll have to back off. That was the right opportunity to steal away that A site, though. Oh, my God, Shatter. Yeah, absolute monster. Taylor says, okay, well, guess we can go A now.
I guess. That was amazing to watch.
Yeah, that was a good clutch play there. That's what we've seen from the Shatter player before. He knows how to How to hold W and shoot some hits.
Seriously, Shaco with a nice kill there. See two of them pushing into this, hoping to cap it. Very close. There it is.
Taylor going the other way. There is a player privy to that, but they're a little bit late. Taylor's got that nice little blockade in front of him. And that's going to allow him to cap on a second. Oh, almost. Never mind. They're going to clear that tick. We do have A, though, so we got the extra minute on the board. But all 4 players now with 1 tick left to go. They win a gunfight, and they've got this.
Oh, absolutely. And you kind of really have to be careful moving into there. We see Shaco trying to push in, trying to see where all those players are. And Taylor's found one. Taylor did get an exchange there, thankfully. And we see Shaco trying to push in onto that point. We see 3 of the Blinn players around it, absolutely just rushing it. But the Condors winning these gunfights. Hopefully one more, and we're on point.
Hopefully, yeah, we do have right behind them is Wiz. He's trying to get sneaky and get the way in there. There's going to be the kill that they needed. They can lock it in. That last point, as long as they don't get naded out, should be theirs to go. The Condors are going to walk away with the second round win. We're now 1 apiece, and that looked pretty confident for them. That looked very, very clean. Now, granted for Blinn, their win looked pretty clean as well.
Yeah, so far both rounds have been pretty clean, pretty even in terms of what's happened and what's gone on shooting-wise and just capping the points.
For the Condors, they're definitely going to want to answer the attack that we saw from Blinn in round 1, because putting them on a match point, you need 3 to win. Match point is not good. You don't want to give them 2 attacks in a row, because they're going to go in the last one saying, hey, we're confident and potentially locking in a map win here. So Condors need an answer, but some early kills there for Mikkel is going to hold the Condors at bay. They lock onto A, but a double kill for Shaco. He rushes on a site, looks for the other, but they're around the other side. He knows that a player's there. He knows a player is lurking, especially when they're going to be on point, but he goes for the trophy rather than the player and doesn't get the kill, and now a player on A is going to force the Condors to stick it onto A still.
Shatter. Okay. I thought that player was going to wrap around and get him in the back, but Scrub and 08 very quickly following it up. Shatter not winning the gunfight in there. Yeah,
I like the idea there. Unfortunately, they give up the hold of A, and that is going to be at minimum 1 tick, potentially 2 here. You know, some players are there. You got some damage, but getting the kills is going to be hard. Tries to go for some wall bangs. And the Condors do step in to shut down. Did they get that second tick? They did get the second tick, unfortunately. And all we've had, honestly, I think we've had 1 player on B watching the entire time, and that's been wonderful. So we have a bit of an answer right now for Blinn and what they've been doing. But with that A site being so close, with only 1 tick left, they really have to put an extra manpower on that. But they're going to try to rotate to B now. Why are they not? That's interesting that they're not stepping on. Okay.
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to see where everyone's at before stepping on. Wiz trying to get these shots.
Uh-oh. Where is he?
Don't know what he's doing.
Where is he?
It's kind of all over the place. Now he's running.
Yeah, they just
as
left
he should.
Oh, this is going to be interesting though. They're giving up on B. Maybe no. They're going to try to rotate through mid. Yeah. They've got 2 ticks down that they've got lost on here.
Jacob missed his jump. It's unfortunate, but Shatter and Wiz very quick to follow it up. Someone's having a little dance back there. I don't know who that was.
Somehow the Condors have held this off. It's not going to be for much longer. 14 seconds left. That is probably going to be that last tick. Yeah. Don't even get in there, Taylor. You're not going to get anything off of that. Hold down A. You got a minute 11 to lock this in. This is much better if they lost that point before at 1 minute 50, which is a lot of time to hold off. A minute 11 still a good amount of time on the clock, but a little bit more doable than it was before. And Shaco's going to feel the full wrath of an exploding car and a bunch of guns.
I'm surprised the car wasn't the reason he got taken out.
It doesn't really look like it should have been. Good hold here from Shatter. I like this angle. It's not going to last for too long, though, because the second you take someone out, they're going to know you're there, and they're going to be able to converge on you. There's the first kill. That does buy a lot of space. Second kill, third kill. Shatter. It doesn't matter if his cover has been blown, because he's just blown the heads off of all the Blinn's players. And it continues on the streak. That's 5 in a row. Yeah, light them up. Doesn't matter. That's just going to be dunzos because they're so far away. 20 seconds left, and he wants a little bit more. He may as well drop that cruise in now. Like
Pretty much, there's only 4 players left. Might as well try to take them all out at once.
Yeah, I think did he use the cruiser though, and it didn't hit anything.
Probably not. I heard the little alarm go off, but nothing.
Yeah, they don't have enough time to get on site. They can't win this here. Shatter, an absolute monster in that round. Yeah.
Shatter shattered their dreams.
Yeah, no, they that was a win. That was a very important win for the Condors. Well, again, still a fight. Definitely an answer, and that's what it's all about. This is why we do best of 7s. This is why these game modes have multiple rounds in them. It's not just one round of control and you're done. It's because adaptability. It's all about allowing teams to learn, adjust, and try to outsmart each other round to round, map to map. And the Condors have, well, been put to the test. Always had an answer for Blinn.
Yeah, which is really good, really nice to see. I'm proud of what the boys have been doing, and pretty much the whole day today. It's impressive. Even with Shaco gonna take it out first, it's okay.
Hey, they got a lot of lives to spare.
They do. Pretty even right now. Taylor's gonna have to. Okay, it's just a whole lot of exchanges right now. Although, Mikael is on a 5-kill streak.
Yeah, Mikael pulling Shatter right now. They clear off the Condors from B site, potentially clearing off any progress we've made. Yeah, towards that tick. Great hold from Blinn right now. They are actually just eating away at our lives. We're starting to fall into a bit of a deficit. No kill there. Taylor was maybe hoping with an AR to be able to clean that up. And the question is, do they opt for A now?
Looks like they are, possibly, or maybe a fake, maybe send 2 and 2. Shatter getting taken out by that, and Taylor with the gunfight.
Well, interesting though, because think about it. I mean, Mikael's now just used his cruise. Shatter's still holding on to his.
From what we know, yeah, he is.
He is. Yes, he is.
Is he?
Yeah, absolutely. And that means they can use that at a critical point. They're at match point. You need to remember that. So if this does go into a win here with only 15 seconds left for Blinn, you know that cruise is coming out in the last one, and I absolutely would be saving this here. Do not be using your cruise on this round. This is not a guaranteed win. Even if you cap A, you do not have a lot of time left for B. Now, if you do get A and you're about to get B, cruise comes out for sure.
It is, and Shaco just unfortunately could not hold that point just a little bit. However, okay, now they are. Blinn over there trying to reset
that gunfight.
it.
Yes, that's huge.
Really good. Although they have gone for B now.
Yeah, 08's on them though, and the rest of them are as well. That'll push them off, and they're not going to have enough time to get themselves back on point. So that was an all-in kind of play. They needed to get that. They got answered by Blinn, and that is going to be tied to a piece. Match point basically now becomes a best of 1. Condors, they want match point in this best of 7. They have to take this match point in control.
Hopefully, I want to see a 4 clean sweep, but as you said, you kind of have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be 4-1.
Yeah, I said that I would not be surprised if this turned into a 4-1. I think the way I saw our opponents play off the first one, and the fact that they've, granted with a sub, taken us to map 5 before in the past during league play, indicates that they could sneak one in.
They might.
But we do, I must remind you, have that cruise coming into this, so we got a bit of a leg up. If things get a little bit dire, great amount of kills right off the bat. That's going to eat some of their lives out and reset them back to the other side. But all of our players stacked over on A are going to be able to potentially lock in 2 points and a full thing, actually. Oh, my God, yeah. Taylor's going to buy a lot of time for his teammates. That's a 8 point secured, 219 on the board, and we still got Cruz.
I'm shocked. Okay, Taylor is now dead. I'm shocked that he was able to get that pistol kill of the sliding right into his legs. Pretty impressive. Wiz with a nice headshot there. Shatter with a pistol kill. Wiz jumping through one of the players. These boys are all over the place, trying to push to B, trying to get on that point. Take those Blinn players out. Couldn't get it. One more. Jago. Trying to spot these members.
Yeah, no, they need to get the kill. They need to be in a good spot. They got 2 trapped in house. the problem with that is trying to dive in with these ARs as well as it makes it a little bit more difficult in those house fights. They might have a flank behind them though. Yeah. Wiz has to keep an eye on that.
Absolutely, and these flanks can really be game changing. I mean, you don't fully expect it. Shadow getting taken out, trying to grapple up into that building, but they just need to get on B right now.
They do need to get on B. They've still got some time. Again, that 219 definitely helped them. That's a good steal for a kill. A second one is gonna come out there. We got a flank though. Look at that. Shaco on the backside. That's a massive kill for him. Can't get the top side one though, but I buys a little space for his teammates, but he gets taken out. We haven't gained much ground. Get in there. If he can get this kill, this is going to be huge. But nice. That buys a lot of space. They got to watch that A site. Yes. Huge, huge, huge. 2 players left over B site. Now the Condors in a good spot to move on in. Watch your top side. Watch your buildings. You know where they are. Get the kill. That's massive. But backside, watch over by B site. There is still a player there that can sneak up on you and take you out. But we're on point. We're stopping that clock. That's the important thing. Unfortunately.
Hell.
Yeah, we're
clearing house.
We're losing points. Sorry, we're losing time on the board, and we still don't have that tick. That's going to be incredibly important for us to get in the next few moments here. 25 seconds left. Spray around the corner. 3 players on there. Shaco in a rough spot. Gets 1 kill. His teammates need to come help him out, though. They got to get on site. 15 seconds left. Not a kill for Shatter. His teammates are in there to help. The other one pushed around the corner there, though, and jumping. Icy takes 2 on point. That's huge. Big gunfight wins. 11 seconds left. They're going to be able to lock in a point. Not enough to get the win yet, though, but enough to set up and hopefully be able to lock in a dub here. Get the kill. Down alley. Huge kill. Another one on site. You got the pistol Taylor behind you. Watch out. No. That's going to push him off point. And with 6 seconds left, the Condors are not going to be close enough to get on point, especially if Shatter loses his life.
They're trying so hard.
Yeah, it was a close call. They just could not handle that B site and are going to drop a map. Now to Blinn, there's the one I accredited them. But after this, I do believe, I'm now forgetting. We looked at it before. Can't remember if it's an S&D or hardpoint. Is it an S&D?
Pretty sure it's an S&D. So I think we have 3 S&Ds, 3 hardpoints.
Yeah, Rio was the next one. We're heading on to Rio. That's what it was. And I told you, too, there's a possibility if we lose a map before that we could end up losing on Rio as well, because it's a map that we weren't as expectant of.
Hopefully we can turn it around, regain one of our map wins, and we'll see.
Yeah, again, it's always possible for, especially in a best of 7, for an opponent that's keeping you on your toes to walk away with a map win. You just lose a little bit of focus and they can get in there. And honestly, a little bit of oddity can sometimes throw that in. A little bit of chaos can sometimes catch opponents off guard. So thankfully, again, that map, that game mode is done, and they move on to a new one. But again, it's on to Rio, where there's potential for a lot of surprises too.
I'm curious to see how these boys play on Rio. Rio's our little vacation zone, our little nice little cheap.
Is it cheap?
I don't know. There's gunfights going on.
Yeah, well, I guess that's true. There's a guy. There was a YouTube video about him that he always just goes on vacation wherever like bad things just happened, natural disasters or whatever, because flights are always cheaper.
I feel like I know exactly who you're talking about as well.
Yeah,
I feel like I've seen that clip.
I'm like, that's a strat, because he's like, it's not gonna happen again, right? He's like, it's like, why not go now?
It's like lightning. It doesn't strike in 2 places at once, or so they say when it actually does.
That's not the phrase, but
I thought it was.
No.
Lightning doesn't strike the same place twice.
That is the phrase, but that's not what you just
what
said.
What did I say before? What did I say before?
A moment ago, you said lightning doesn't strike in 2 places at once.
I mean, that is also kind of.
No, well, I mean,
we don't see a strike.
That's honestly, that might actually be less likely. No, if you get 2 forks,
maybe
come down at once.
But like, wouldn't that still technically be 1?
If it forks, oh yeah, you're right, a fork. So, but it does definitely strike the same place multiple times. We have built structures for the sole purpose of doing that.
Yeah, that is true.
We want the lightning there.
Not
so
here.
Please keep hitting there. Yeah, no, it's we have worked against that phrase. But I get where it comes from. Very unlikely is the point. And we're going to say point a lot more in our next one.
We are, because it is hard point.
Yeah, hard point. On Rio, on vacation. It's a scary vacation, that's for sure. They got to think about this, though. I mean, they got to respect Blinn. I mean, Blinn are obviously opponents that can keep them on their toes. And we knew that coming into this. I even said it. I said I would not be surprised for a 4-1.
Yeah.
Even a 4-2. I'd be surprised if we end up in a 4-3. Like, I don't think this is going to map 7. But I certainly would be not caught off guard if this ended up with a 4-2, if we lose Rio as well. But maybe, who knows? I mean, this is a little more fast-paced. This is a chance where the Condors tend to be really good at getting those team fights in rotates. As long as they've been practicing their rotates on these points, I think they should be good. Blinn has seen that before, too. We've seen them on the rotates be decent, but the Condors always just one step ahead when it came to that hard point we watched before. So hopefully that's our match point. But we are guaranteed at least 2 more maps because of that loss there. We still need 1 more to get ourselves on match point, and then another one after that.
That's true. I mean, hopefully, I really hope that we can take the next 2 maps, call it a night, let these boys take their team photos, because I know Shadow's got to go home. Shadow's got a long drive.
Where's it? What's his exact address?
From what he told me,
don't actually tell me his exact address.
No, I don't know his exact. I just know he's from like Mississauga, so he's got like an hour drive.
Okay, well at this time of night it should only be like 45 minutes.
Oh, the traffic now is so bad.
At what do you mean? What time is it right now?
Even when I leave
at 8:30?
Yeah, even when I leave at like 10:30 on 401, it's pretty still packed. Like not horrible, but there's still a lot of cars.
Crazy.
I know.
You guys are crazy. I was crazy once.
I'm so happy that you went that way because I was almost gonna go that way. I was like, I'm gonna hold back that reference.
Yeah. Squad ready to lock in for a hard point on Rio up against Blinn. He's been our hardest competitor. Not a competitor again that's bringing us to a 249, 250 kind of situation on hard point kind of competitor, but a competitor that is bringing us the match point on S&D, bringing us the match point on controls. This is a fight, right? It's not guaranteed wins, as proven by that last map there where we did drop one. It's now 2-1 for the Condors against Blinn. And the Condors want to shut that down now. They do not want momentum to be carried in here. They do not want a second map win for Blinn on Rio. They do not want this to go long. So they hop into Rio, hopefully, with a victory in a match point situation.
And we're already on point. We've split 2 on points, 1 on each side. It's already contested, and Blinn is on point. Shaco getting some kills. Shaco and Taylor getting taken out. Wiz coming in, following it up, getting on points, getting those points.
Yeah, this is good, and you see them step off point for a second because they really want to push those elevator or escalators to try and secure that point. But up behind Mikkel, actually Mikkel's been probably the star player for Blinn. I think we probably both agree on that.
Oh yeah.
And he's showing it again right here. Condors do manage to get back on point, but we'll have to watch out. It's not over yet. The contest is still coming out up on that top side. Points going back and forth, relatively even at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Blinn's definitely kind of come through and understood what happened last time a little bit, seeing if they can make some changes, even though it's a different map. Wiz and Shatter and Shaco all getting kills. Wiz getting a second. What we like to see, seeing them win these gunfights, especially when it comes to hardpoint. They've already wrapped to that new one.
Oh, they've been there for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm a little behind.
So is Blinn, and that's a good thing. That's what I was mentioning just before. The Condors have been so good at just being a few steps ahead in the race every time, and that gets them those extra points on these next rotates. The problem is they got to win their gunfights if they want to stay there much longer. And with the last player down on point number 2, Condors probably do look to set up next. Oh, couple extra points. That's a good fight there. That'll lock them in 1 or 2 more. And honestly, that's smart. You do have a decent rotate back to the next point from that side spawn that it doesn't hurt to get, about 10 more points on the board.
Oh yeah, and Taylor was already there waiting on the next point, which he got right away. Those 2 extra points, even though you might not think it's much, it's quite a lot. Whizzler, as we see.
Oh yeah.
Double kill.
No, that was huge from Wiz, because that bought them a whole 5 more points, which at the end of the day doesn't make a difference. Scrub, though, comes in trying to shut down Condors' dreams, and they do lock in the point with 30 seconds left. Condors with a bit of a surround now. They're going to be definitely setting up for their spawns. That's a big thing that they're looking for right now, because they're thinking about that next point and this one as well. They want to make it as easy as possible. Absolute chaos on the point. Wiz comes out on top for a few moments, but eventually he gets beaten down as Blinn makes her way back on with 10 seconds left, though. Condors already rotating around the next.
And Taylor getting that last shot to try to collect a couple extra points, but ultimately ends up in demise. Blinn holding those last points. We already got players on the next one, because that's just how the Condors work.
Yeah, most gunfights go in our favor. Couple trades back and forth here, but Condors out in the cargo area to get themselves on, and they have double the points of Blinn at this point.
Wiz holding the line near boxes, because that is a spot where a lot of players come out. Issues are caused, death be had. Wiz trying to shoot through the door.
Well, he knows someone's there.
He's gonna try to get the kill. Gets killed himself.
Yeah. He bought a lot of time, though. That was the key thing, is he was waiting for his teammates to come help him out, and that's exactly what happened. Taylor and Shatter were just working their magic, and we still have a player just sitting on there. I mean, Shatter's just like, yeah, I got this. You guys get on to the next one. That's a great hold for the Condors. Look at their lead now. They're at 120 compared to that only 50 points that are on the other side for Blinn, and we're already looking for next.
And these gunfight wins are huge. I mean, Wiz with a double kill there, one with a headshot.
Wiz, I feel like, a lot of times he's... Oh, no, hard point, it does work. These are accurate. 14-7. I was going to say that feels accurate right now. Wiz has been lighting it up. Shatter's still doing what Shatter does, but Wiz has been a clutch player for a lot of these holds.
Oh, yeah, and we can see, I mean, Shatter's got the most amount of time on point. Insane. 1 minute and 47.
Yeah, he just held that last point all by himself the entire time.
Pretty much, and that's also what comes down to, like, your team working good. If you can set yourself on point and have your team hold off the opponents, you're solid. As we see Blinn just tearing us apart right now. Not letting us get close to the point.
That's okay. I mean, we got a little bit of breathing room. Fortunately, you don't want to give away a lot of that breathing room.
That's true.
4 seconds left. Condors are looking for next, but they need some kills first, and that actually was a good one there. Shatter coming up from behind. Gets a kill that he needed, but the Condors starting to drop one by one. Do not get that hold that they were looking for.
They don't, and they're losing gunfights coming up into this mid-hardpoint spot, especially when it comes to escalators. You can't really do a full, walk around, a little flank. It's a little difficult. We do see Taylor trying to run this, but he's going to almost come across one player.
Yeah, 08 was watching for him, which is smart. You want to make sure you don't have any of those sneaky rotates around. Taylor, honestly, now at this point, is just looking for next point. He's trying to make sure that no one is making their way down there, because they just could not get themselves onto this. 138 to 115. Honestly, a decent hold and a comeback for Blinn, but again, they really wanted to hold that point as much as possible. They've given up a bit of control over on the next one.
Well, Taylor very luckily getting that double kill there. Thought he had a place to run away, but didn't have that wall there. Wiz, another double kill, triple kill. Why not go for the fourth one, Wiz?
Yeah, Shatter, I want to mention, also sitting with a cruise missile, which means he had a 5 of 4 as well. So, yeah, they're looking all right now. 160, still not over, but whoa, hello. Check your feet.
little bit of exchange going on with some kills. Wiz getting taken out, Shatter getting taken out. Everyone's trying to push back onto that point, but Blinn is holding it down.
They are.
It's unfortunate. Very close game.
Not for them. I mean, close game for both of us, but not unfortunate for them. Yeah, we got to get to next. We're not getting on there. There's no point continuing to fight that. Spawn is going to be a big thing to look for, which, again, Blinn is going to nab out there because they do send Icy up top corner, trying to force Condors down to bot, and that's going to put Blinn in a really good position for the next one. I talked about us being a few steps ahead, but Blinn is starting to smarten up.
Oh, Shaco just taking his eyes off that. And there it is, missing that player, unfortunately. That's what happens. Trying to check all your angles is tough.
And now Blinn taking the lead against the Condors. We're going to have to fight back. This is much closer than our first point. Talked about Rio potentially being another map drop, and that's potentially what we're looking at here. That 200 mark is starting to creep up for both teams. The Condors lost a lot of important gunfights just a few moments ago to give this point over to our opponents. And gunfights finally going in our favor, but it's not like our opponents are just sitting down and taking it.
Yeah, I mean, even just holding this point for a couple extra seconds would be nice.
It is nice, but we do have to think about that next one, which Blinn has already started to lock in. 2 players to Condors 1 down below. We got that flank coming around. Wiz is going to try to find that backside, top of ramp. Now he makes a good move, honestly. That was great timing from Wiz, because watch, he's going to be able to come back behind and catch multiple players off here. Yeah, there's one.
He got 2.
Yep. That was a great hold from Wiz, because look at the space it bought for the Condors.
Very, very lovely. Taylor getting some gunfight wins. A double there with Shatter coming in as well. Will they be able to hold this point for longer? Try to flip the numbers to be in the Condors' favor.
Yeah, for now. They're locking it in, but a jump down on top of them is going to hurt them. A lost gunfight there means we're going to lose control of that. And, again, potentially control of the next one, too.
We have flipped it. We are getting the numbers back up. We have taken the top right now, but these gunfights are really hurting us.
Well, sure, we got the lead. It's not going to last long. They do have control of our next point. Condors got to spend a little bit of time on their setup.
They need to get on this point because Blinn has just surpassed the 200 point mark. It's only 250 to win. We are winning gunfights, though.
Yep, that's good. But unfortunately, we only got 30 seconds left on this point. Spawn's going to be a big one for us. Out mid, Wiz. Big kill there. He's got to watch his side, though. He'll get flanked out by 2 other players. And thankfully, a couple trades, though. Shaco rocking it right now. 2:15. We take the lead, but this is by far a win. This is still not going to be easy.
It really is not, but we see Shaco there holding his line. Same with Shatter. Shatter, unfortunately, missing and getting killed, but Shaco's on a killing spree.
Yeah, this is good. This is wonderful. We got the next point. 228. Condors locking it in. Only one pushing up here. Scrub is going to try to do some early damage while the rest of his team makes their way in. He's just taking the contest as the Condors slowly start to pick away at the players trying to get on their site. This is ours. Give it to us. And they're going to win those gunfights. That's huge. 235 starting to count up.
It's tough, but Taylor, nice little kill. They're making sure they're holding this down.
Beautiful. No, that's it.
So nice.
That's going to be it. Shatter calling in that cruise missile now, taking another player off. 248 here. While they do take it over, it's not going to be enough to lock them in a dub. The Condors only will need 2 more points, though, to be able to lock this round in. And I wonder if they're going to try to win it here. If they can get those 2 kills, they're going to be able to get it. That's it. Condors getting sneaky, not opting for the next point. Take this one in. Match point in the grand finals for the Condors now. But by golly, is Blinn making us sweat and work for it.
I'm sweating and I'm not even playing it.
It is warm in here. Actually, it's not that bad. It's been worse.
It's actually pretty cool in here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah, I jumped to a statement that wasn't true just to feed the narrative. My apologies.
That was an 11-minute and 5-second game.
Yeah, for other esports, that's It's very short.
It is.
Uh,
Not so much Rocket League.
nope. That would be a long game actually. That's overtime.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is because it's 5 minutes for a regular match.
5. Yeah, give or take. The average Rocket League game goes for about 5.
Maybe 6.
7 minutes.
Okay.
Because you got to count in goal replays where the clock's not, and kickoffs where the clock's not. So, yeah, about 7 minutes or so, maybe a little longer. But if you're going 11, that's overtime. That's irrelevant, though. We're not playing Rocket League. We're playing Call of Duty. Our Academy squad is now sitting at match point. Up against Blinn, they have brought us to Game 5 before back in league play, but Taylor wasn't there. And now Taylor's here. They're starting to run away with it. We dropped one. Will we drop another? Or are the Condors going to lock in their perfect season? We're going to have to find out on the other side of a break.
Conestoga College is setting the stage for a new era in gaming. In 2025, we're opening a state-of-the-art esports venue, a premier facility for high-performing gamers in Canada.
In this 10,000 square foot facility, we're putting you in the center of the action. The facility will have 50 top-tier PC stations, 5 console stations, immersive VR stations, a team operations room, a full production suite, and a premier competition stage.
Esports is a rapidly evolving industry with global viewership of 532 million in 2022. This initiative goes beyond esports. It's also a platform for forging bonds, making memories, and creating connections.
Since 2020, Condors Esports continues to evolve, providing industry-leading facilities and experiences to the esports community.
Conestoga's esports venue expresses a sustainable and intentional future to compete, play, and work, all powered by gaming.
Hey, what you doing there? You ready for some action? Because that's what's happening. We're going into Match Point Call of Duty Academy Squad. It's going to be great. I'm Leaf. This is Mute Chaos, and I am excited for one more map of Call of Duty. Because that's all it's going to take, right?
Hopefully. S&D, high rise. Probably, I feel like it's the first time we're actually seeing this.
No, we've seen it with the varsity squad.
You have.
I have, yes, you have not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because obviously you got that underside to the map as well now. And that underside definitely mixes things up a little bit. Because you got to worry about a bit of that verticality. Players can climb up from anywhere. You got that, I believe it's B site over by the elevators. If that's not the right letter, then the one by the elevators. It is sometimes hard to if you're going there, you obviously can get some really interesting crevices. I mean, you got the what's the girder radio tower thing? You can hide behind. Someone can pop in if you're even trying to defend it or go for plant. You got people on top of elevators, someone in elevators. You got someone behind it. People climbing up over the backside. Honestly, there's a lot of ways that you can just get caught off guard. A site is just wide open too, right? So there's a few. It'll be interesting, obviously, to see how they handle it. I won't be able to comment more because, I haven't seen them play on it. I don't know how they're going to handle it.
It'll be interesting.
B-Site tends to be a little bit more popular from just maybe what I've seen in the past year. So we'll find. I mean, we've seen some interesting strats coming out from Blinn already. And, I mean, even the team was talking about it.
Yeah, were they?
Yeah, they were talking about it. Yeah, there's definitely some cheese strats coming out here. And that is something that they've had to avoid. I mean, they've had to deal with, right? But the better teams will always come out top. That's why they call stuff like beginner's luck. Now, I'm not calling Blinn beginners by any means. I think Blinn is definitely holding their own in a lot of stuff. They're winning gunfights when they should, and Mikkel especially leading that charge too. But they're holding their own. But there's definitely some interesting strats that the Condors have been left to try and figure out.
Yeah, especially, I mean, that army crawl strat was.
That was crazy, man.
I like to see. I might use that in BO6. Not gonna lie.
I probably not going to work out for you.
Yeah, we'll see.
You let me know. Okay.
I will.
You let me know. But yeah, it definitely is. We've seen some fun stuff, and I like fun stuff, so I got to give it to Blinn. I like some of that craziness. We find out though, realistically, if they're going to have more crazy stuff because we head now into our potential final map. It's been a long journey. Well, not really, because we have won every single series up to this point. Our first best of 7. We're looking due to the same grand finals. In the playoffs, the Condors look to lock this in 4-1 against Blinn. And already on attack, we're taken to the low side. This is what I talked about, potential for those sneak attacks. We're trying to watch, make sure a lot of those corridors are clear. We don't want to be snuck up on while we go for the plant. And that's what it is. B-side I mentioned, usually it's going to have people swarming around it, and you see that. It's sometimes easy to hold. Condors don't know if they can't see if they can get sight on anyone there. No sight on anyone yet means they have to just eventually pick a site. 46 seconds left. There it is. Finally, the first laser. Wiz is going to be a bit of a roamer. He's trying to take that lurk, and that opens up a bit of a lane for him.
Wiz is definitely holding down the underworld of this map, but everyone's jumping on this point. We had Taylor jumping on there, Shatter jumping on there. Shatter's got bump. He's playing to the bump, as he should. Got taken out, though.
Yeah, it's one player left. And yeah, immediate switch. Look at that. Pick up your bags and move on to the other one. Shatter says, I'm going over to A site, guys. And by guys, I mean, well, just Wiz, because everyone else is gone. But it's a 2v1. Icy's got a big task in front of him.
He does, and everyone's got to hold their own, win that gunfight, because if this man takes out 2, it's done.
That's good information, though. Missing a shot there. He got a little antsy. He saw that leg poking out, decided to shoot for some reason, but that gave away his position. I'm not sure why he chose to do that, because now the Condors know exactly where he's going to be hanging out, and they're going to be able to kill him.
Just like that. That is how you do it. Quick, clean, strategized round.
No, it's good. I mean, I liked what they did is they kind of just held their ground. If they didn't get information, they just allowed Wiz to kind of roam around a bit. And Wiz was able to find that first kill, and that opened them up because that gave them the information. Oh, Where are they likely positioning? Where are those remaining 3 players? What's a safe place for us to kind of move through?
Yeah, and then Shatter with that bomb site hop was also very, very nice to see. Very smooth with it.
Quick thinking too, just immediate. It's just ingrained. It's built in. Hey, we should go over there.
Yeah. Shatter's with the Shatter meeting someone on the ladder. Putting a little trophy system down just to protect himself just a little bit more. Wiz and Shatter with the kill. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, Shatter got a grenade kill, explosion kill.
Yeah, right off the corner there too. Also, again, that's what I was talking about. Those girders there. That's great to hide behind. You can poke through, defend that B site relatively easily. And the Condors are showing Blinn how defense is done.
Oh, 100%. That's a 2-0 right now. We need to get to 6, so we got 4 more left. Let's see.
Look at that.
Kill.
Last Blinn player dying right where they should.
At the hands of Taylor MC.
By the trash can.
Nice, quick and easy body disposal.
Chuck her in there. Wow. Condors back on attack. Had a little less success than they did just on defense there. But if we can keep winning like that on defense, then who cares how the attacks go, really? Because we've already gotten 1 up. We're at 2 out of the 6 needed to win this potential final map. Ooh, information. That's good. You know the trophy's out there,
Wiz
too.
Died somehow. Not sure what he died from.
Old age.
I guess so.
Condors are pulled back to their site right now. A little bit of a struggle on knowing where they should be going. They see both B and A site being held nicely. I said it. They don't have to win this attack here. They can just continue to start loading on wins from the defensive half. If they can win this with a 3v4, especially being positionally outmaneuvered, could be really good for them.
This is very interesting from Shatter. Didn't even know you could do this. He's really trying to lurk, trying to see where they're at. Through that little gap in the helipad.
Oh, nice. Good sneaky attack there for the Condors, but Shaco is not going to find another, which means they're going to have to get this plant and hold it hard. 18 seconds left, and bomb is planted. They're going to lose a player in the meantime, though, but they do manage to get Blinn down to 1 player.
They did. 2v1, just like we've seen before. Shaco getting taken out. It's okay, though.
What a smart play. You see that the second they lost Wiz after he accidentally, I believe, killed himself in the game, well, they backed off.
They did.
They said, let's regroup and get information, and they just were not pressed by the clock at all. It's so easy to see that clock tick down to the final 20 seconds and say, we got to go. But they didn't get their plant until 17, and it was just good, cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, it's what you want to see in your team, especially in a match of this caliber that, you know, it's the finals last time.
It's the grand finals.
It is. Wiz already with first blood.
Ooh, no, not the second blood for Shatter, though. He will be the one being counted in that stat. Wiz, Semtech.
Shot off the map.
Yeah, he goes for a ride. I think his body might hit the ground in about a minute. This is a very tall building.
Hopefully there's no one else down there. Shaco taking the little underneath the catwalk there. Little spread out. It is a 2v3.
It is. They don't know where bomb is yet either because
so 1v3 now.
It's taken the inside route, yeah, and it's now just going to be down to Taylor to clean this up. He spots someone up top, but shots won't land. The drop shot pulled his auto aim off, and it goes a little haywire. First round for Blinn is on the board now, 3-1. Again, we've got the cushion, we've got that comfortability. It's just about carrying on 3 more rounds.
Yeah, that's all we need. 3 more for the Condors, 5 more for Blinn. Who will get there first? Hopefully the Condors.
Hopefully the Condors, because that will lock them in their title. Their championship is, they've cruised through groups, they've cruised through playoffs. Blinn, a little bit of a speed bump on the way. And If they can win this one, they'll be 2 points away from victory. Around the corner, Wiz is so close to being turned on right now.
Turn Wiz.
But I think they backed off there, so now it'll be a little bit safe, a little bit longer down there. Oh, there it is. Taylor going to help out. Now Wiz and himself can move on forward towards the site. See if they can try to open up a spot. But again, just a line being held by Wiz. He just wants to make sure no players are trying to rotate over from A site to B site, because B site's where they're going. That's what they're trying to lock in. But one of the Blinn players is going to have sight, and that's going to give away the information to the opponents of where we are moving. 3-2, though. The Condors have to reassess. Do they go back over to A now? 30 seconds left. We know they're cool and collected under pressure, but they will have to make a decision soon.
They're hearing gunfight. Wiz did take out that player. It is now a 3v1.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Standing across, trying to get some shots in. Giving away his position, which is what you don't want to do, and Taylor cleans it up. Super
clean from Taylor, too. He saw the only option for that player and just made sure that that only option was shut down. There is just, it's the only way that guy could go. You had to take that peek. And I'm not sure why that player didn't realize that, too. Of course, you have 2 players on site, one planting. You saw both those players. Like, he knew 2 players were on site. You know someone's going to be watching that long, or that be long, right? Well, there it is.
4-1.
Yeah, another round on the board for the Condors. One more in match point. They're rocking the defense now. I will say we did lose a round on defense. Blinn had at least one answer for the Condors' momentum.
That's true. Slowed us down a little bit, but not enough to stop us from getting the last map, well, the last round win. I don't know why we always default to calling them maps, but on to the next round we currently are.
Taylor trying to get as much information as possible. He's going to get what he needed there. Finds a player trying to get sneaky on A site. And the good thing is that Bomb is down now. And he knows where one of those players are. And it's Mikkel. That's a guy you want off the board.
It is. Only 08 and Icy left.
Yeah.
They're kind of a little panicky. Shatter taking 08 down. Icy the last remaining. Trying to get the higher ground. Trying to spot at least one person. Understand where they're at. Trying to find his bomb as well. Which is quite literally sitting on the ground right beside A.
Now, 26 seconds left. 1v4. Bomb not in your hand. You don't have an option. You have to go to A. This Blinn player has to come up underground somewhere and try to catch someone off guard, catch them from behind. And that would be their only option. Condors! Match point here. One more round.
That's all.
And they lock in a perfect season. Not a perfect sweep season, but a perfect season. Not a single team being able to beat them.
I really hope that these boys are able to come out of this saying, yeah, we are undefeated grand final champs.
On the attack, all they got to do, kill 4 players or plant the bomb, and then wait a few seconds.
Yep, pretty much.
Take your pick. Which option you going for?
Do a little mix.
Yeah, Wiz is taking bomb down below. He's got to watch out, though. He does have a player creeping around him. He's going to get cut off. That's going to be bomb down on bottom side. That's going to be really tough here for the Condors to be able to recuperate. They might have to look to a second round, but we've seen how they deal with pressure before. We haven't had to see them deal with a bomb down yet.
We have not. Now, who's going to be the player to pick it up? Not sure. Taylor, apparently on a killing spree. He's taking one person down. It is a 3v3.
Yeah, it's better, but you do have Scrub still watching that bottom side there, and he catches Shaco off guard. Yeah, Condors have to watch out. Taylor's been spotted. They know where he is there, too. Shatter does get one to bring this back down into an even playing field, but he gets called out from behind. Sorry, Taylor does. Just up to Shatter. One on the board. Now it's down to a 1v1. Shatter has the opportunity to lock in a playoff victory here for the Condors. If he can solo this, he's going to take that bomb around over to A site, but it does look like Blinn's last player, Scrub, does know that's what's going to happen. He spotted him too, but he didn't get the information. Blinn holds on just a little bit longer against the Condors as Shatter cannot lock in that final round.
Unfortunately, he just missed Scrub out of the corner of his screen. He was locked in. He knew he needed to get that bomb in and got cut short.
Did not expect that player to be so out in the open there. But sometimes those chaotic plays can catch you off guard. Blinn does that. Holding on for just a few more moments. With a second round, it's 5-2. We'll be on match point for the rest of this game because that's how it works.
Hopefully not.
Condors just need one more round.
Oh, Taylor spotted someone, hopefully.
Yeah, he's got some intel that they're making their way over to B site there. They know he's been hanging out in there too, so they want to get him out. That's some good information as well, that the players are still there.
It is a 3v4 because someone got someone with a bomb.
Yeah.
Mikal taking out Taylor, though.
Yeah, good kill for Mikal through the wall. He knew where that player probably was running to. Gets the wall bang. And Taylor's off the board.
All they have to do, either defuse or get all the kills. Well, either way, you have to get all the kills, technically. So you don't want to make the oopsie of trying to defuse and then getting gunned down.
Yeah.
Wiz with a nice long shot.
Oh, that's huge. That's actually potentially going to even things up. Yeah, drop there. It's going to hide him out, but it's still a 1v2. This is not an ideal situation, especially with Wiz knowing that player's there, but at least he does know he has to wrap around. Fortunately, he's got to get his way over to the site. Yeah, he's not going to. It's near impossible. Blinn, yet again, holding on, but this is where they got to lock in. Yeah, you see him? Okay, guys, let's focus. Chat it up. They've got a strat going to the next one. Some back and forth, and an answer needs to be found soon, lest our opponents find themselves on match point as well.
If that happens, it'll be quite upsetting because they're up 5-1. It is now 5-3.
Again, they've got a few more rounds.
Couple more.
That they can spare. You don't really want to let all of those get eaten up, though.
Everyone throwing their grenades off spawn.
Oh my God.
Shatter Shaco.
Yeah, early kills there. Puts them in a wonderful position. This could end up being the round. They lose a player and a second one as well, down to a 2v2. I wonder if we're going to end up in another 1v1 situation. As the Condors know where the bomb is, but so do our opponents. They have sights on this as well. Shaco looking for an option.
Shaco doing a little jig. Make sure, even if he's in that position, he's making sure, you know, at least if he gets tagged with a bullet, he's not getting shot right away.
Give himself a second option.
Always.
Chance out of there. But again, you look at Scrub. Scrub's just watching, but it is going to be a great kill from Wiz. That brings it down to a 2v1. They spotted the information. They know where he is. They know they can probably go for the plant. They don't even need it. Condors lock it in. The perfect season. Round of applause, boys. Smile, celebrate, get your butts out of those chairs, and give each other some high fives because you earned it. Absolute domination across the season, and it doesn't stop in the playoffs. Blinn gave you your run for your money, but it doesn't matter. Nothing was stopping this stampede.
Nope, and the Condors are happily able to say, Grand Champs.
Yep.
Happily.
You rocked her. It wasn't even a question. I mean, this title's uncontested at this point. Again, Blinn, the closest to touch, but they were just out of reach, and the Condors had answers for every single one of the things that were thrown at us from Blinn. I gotta call out my victory too of a 4-1.
Yes, you did guess that right.
I also had a victory.
Now you can start calling yourself Stretch.
Yeah, I'm the strategist now. You've got a victory. Got a little cuddle buddy here.
I do. DA's back in office.
Back in. And the Condors are back in victory. That's a wonderful win. We can't understate how incredible of a season that was for these guys.
Yeah.
Like, we just can't talk about that enough because they go perfect season, dominating, dropping 2 maps, I believe, to Blinn, and then rocking on through, I believe, 2-0-2-0 in their best of 5s in playoffs, and then only again dropping 1 more map to Blinn. Blinn, the only team taking maps, and it was 3 total out of all the maps they played.
Insane that these boys can say that they're it's just wild how amazing these boys are.
Yeah, no, they looked insane just throughout this entire thing. The Condors Academy squad should hopefully now have some eyes on them. I mean, walking away with this divisional champion title in the style that you did it, I think that they're going to potentially be looked at for a raise in they have to.
Yeah.
Like NACE, what are you doing if you're not? Like, sure, Blinn kind of kept it close, but they're beyond this league. They're ready for the next. They're ready for the next thing.
I really hope that the next time I speak to these boys, they get to say, we've raised up the division. We're in a new one, hoping to get some more challenging opponents. Not to say that these guys weren't, but I mean, Blinn was kind of the only big guys.
Blinn's the only one that really stood up to us. They're the only ones that said, we gotta stop these giants from just stepping on all our crop fields, because that's what the Condors did. They came in, picked all your carrots, and ate them. They made stew out of the bodies of their enemy. No. Oh, okay. I don't think we're not that mean. Okay, we're not that mean at all. But hey, what a wonderful season for these guys. What a wonderful journey they've had. I hope everyone enjoyed watching their journey. And again, hopefully we get to watch them have that journey in a different division next semester here. But it isn't the end for the Condors overall. We have other teams playing. And of course, on Friday, it's our Valorant varsity squad. We saw them, unfortunately, lose in their match in the upper bracket, but they do have a lower bracket final to go through, and potentially other matches. That'll be on 8 o'clock on Friday for NACC, so if you want to join us for that, we'd love if you could join us to see if we can get some more Condors victories. But for our Academy squad tonight, absolutely wonderful. We're going to go give them some big props too. And I want to say, Mukaz, thank you for joining me today and witnessing this victory.
So happy.
So happy.
So happy.
No other way. You know what? That summarizes it, I guess. That's enough. Okay, that's enough. Thank you guys again so much for joining us. I hope that you'll join us in the future by hitting the follow button, subscribe button, whatever platform you are watching on. And of course, shout outs to our partners, Nike, Six Sigma, and CSI for allowing us to be able to do this, production team. And again, everyone else that's around just hanging out, the OBS and all that allow us to be able to put on these broadcasts for you guys. Anyways, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you for joining. And as I said, we'll see you in the next one.
Condors Esports is innovating intercollegiate gaming in Ontario and beyond. We've built a community where you can compete, play, and work in a dynamic program accessible from all campuses.
Condors Esports is more than just gaming. Here, you'll find empowerment and inspiration in state-of-the-art facilities equipped with the latest technologies and unwavering support.
We are varsity athletes, turning victories into championships as high-performing gamers.
We are relentless, constantly pushing our limits and pursuing excellence through every match.
We are Condors. Gaming connects us on campus or online, all through best-in-class equipment.
We're building a foundation of experience, powered by our passion, and developing skills that drive personal and professional success.
We are eager students, transforming our dreams into careers in dynamic and emerging industries.
Condors Esports goes beyond gaming, fostering enduring friendships, unforgettable experiences, and meaningful connections.
This is your chance to transform your passion for video games, esports, and technology into something impactful. Learn how Conestoga is introducing Condors Esports to your campus and connect with fellow Condors striving to soar.
We are Condors.
you.